Hello and welcome to Let's Roleplay on Duhad's channel. I am not Duhad, you may have guessed this. We've gone over this before. I am Colonel the Frog, also known as Kit. I am GMing this particular session. The quite while delayed return of Team 1, as they were in the middle of combat last time. I am joined today by Winter.
Hello.
Playing Brass. Time Knight.
Hey.
Playing Chalk. And Graham.
Morath.
Yeah, that one too. Playing Galena. Or, sorry, Galena.
Galena, yes.
Anyway, when last we left our
unfortunate
heroes,
miscreants.
Yeah, I'll be nice, heroes today. They were in the middle of a raid on the space station where they were. Just as a little bit of background to those who may not remember exactly what was happening, our intrepid group had a bit of an accident in hyperspace and came to a repair yard. That is the place where Brass's favorite Holovid show is filmed. They ended up on the show as a way to get cheap repairs. They also found out that the Diversity Alliance appears to be controlling a lot of the search for Born and Thull here. And then suddenly the station was raided by a pirate or mercenary or bounty hunter group. You're not entirely sure, but they've been using just stun weapons, but they are coming for your ship. And in fact, they have gotten on your ship.
And they have a Jedi.
Well, they've got something that certainly looks like a Force sensitive, yes. So, where people are in this inferno, well, less than inferno, kind of, sort of. The Deep Sixers are certainly firing off kill shots themselves. But this incredible light show of stun bolts and blaster bolts and random other things happening, including a Jedi being punched through the air. Brass has slid down into the the crawl spaces of the hangar and is trying to find his way behind the enemy lines. Galena is currently had a close encounter with some sort of cat alien, and when trying to run for the ship got hit by what appeared to be a force push. And Chalk is currently up in the control room trying to cause as much merry hell as he can.
And I believe the last thing that I did was I used a crane to smash a guy in power armor into like a Lambda shuttle or whatever that's called.
Yeah, the enemies currently have a Sentinel-class landing shuttle, which looks very similar to the Lambda shuttle, but bigger, bulkier, and more guns. Guns and armor, essentially. And the guy who's in power armor, who is fighting with your Jedi, currently got whacked by the crane arm that you were using, and then blew it away with some sort of blaster fire. In fact, the first damaging shot that this group has actually fired during this entire fight. He's currently laying against the vertical stabilizer on the shuttle. There are a number of mooks that are still out there firing stun bolts. Your friends from the station, or I suppose you could say the stars of the show, two of them are covering in the doorway and they are shooting. One of them, the daughter of the lead of the show, is up there in the control room with you, Chalk. I think we will start with Brass. Brass, what are you going to do?
Well, there's not a lot of options when you're stuck in the under of when you're stuck and you can't really see much. Just keep
Sure there are. There's all sorts of options. There's panic, there's curling up into a fetal position and crying, there's crawling forward, there's having a smoke break. Many options. Want to buy some death sticks?
God damn it. I think Brass is gonna go with the second to last option of just crawling forwards. He already had his panic attack.
Okay. Well, there's not a whole heck of a lot to go ahead and do with that. You are somewhat hurt, though, so why don't you go ahead and make me a strength roll? And if I remember correctly, you are 2 pips down at the moment, so it's going to be a 2d plus 1 for you.
All right.
And go ahead and stamina in this too, so 2d plus 2.
8.
8. Okay. After the beating you took, you're not making the best time through these areas, but, well, at least people aren't shooting at you anymore. That does help you out some, and you crawl your way along things. You can definitely hear that above you stuff is going on. You do come to a hatch that you may decide to go ahead and poke your head up through next time. But before we do that, Galena, what do?
So if I'm not mistaken, I was still topside fighting people directly.
You are still topside. There is no one currently in.
Well, I got thrown. Yeah. I got thrown.
Yeah, you got thrown backwards into some loose crates and such, if I'm remembering it correctly. So you're on the ground. The stuff that you would currently see is mooks firing stun bolts. What I've described so far, the Jedi being punched through the air and landing somewhere closer to the ship, and also the cat alien that I mentioned earlier went up into the rafters near you.
So cat alien is in the rafters.
Mm-hmm. Cat alien has a propensity towards stuff coming out of a utility belt.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm gonna start. So is anybody that's inside just walked onto the ship? Are any of them visible?
The ones that got onto the ship, no, they are not visible from where you are. They've gotten into it, and you're on the wrong side of the ramp to be able to see them.
All right. I'm gonna pump a couple shots up into the at the cat person in the rafters.
Okay, let's see if you can see them first. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Oh, son of a bitch!
If only he has brass there.
Okay. So I 2D, 3D for perception.
You still haven't given me your character sheet, so
it hasn't changed.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to clear out some files, so.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so yes,
it's gonna be a straight perception unless you've got search on there.
I do have search.
Okay, go ahead and add that, and you are currently 2 pips down as well.
From what?
From the whole flying through the air crashing thing.
I wasn't down from that. I stuck my landing.
Oh yes, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a 10.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Those through. Having gone ahead and been a bit tumbled by your whole throw and not immediately chasing up against the cat alien, you see movement up there, but you have no clear view of them. You can go ahead and fire shots up there.
I mean, it might at least keep their head down.
It might.
So yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me blaster.
For fight, cover, and fire.
All right. So blaster pistol specifically.
Yes.
I have a bonus to that, I think. Yes, I do. That's 4D, actually. No, I don't. It's just a skill on my sheet, but the thing was in the next thing. Ooh, that's a 6 on the wild die.
Are you rolling that?
20 total.
20. Okay. You fire up at the traces of movement that you saw. Despite the blaster fire popping and snapping up there, you can't make out a figure any more than was already up there, but you continue your fire. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
And Chalk, you have recently just had the crane arm that you used to such good effect blown away in just slag and splinters of metal. What do?
Okay, can you go back over all the functions that I can use?
There are the firefighting systems. You could take down the MagCon shield. I imagine people would be very displeased with you if you did that, but you could do it. You can mess with cover and such, like you did to go ahead and put brass in the crawl spaces. You may be able to do something with other work cranes, though certainly not the one that you were just using. There are probably a couple of other functions as well. Tractor beam controls, that sort of stuff. I did mention fire suppression, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, you said this is fire suppression.
Okay. And of course, you can mess with lights and alarms and that sort of stuff. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and use the PA system to blanket the whole fight in a jazzy, a jizzy tune, if you wanted to, or some truly terrible electro pop.
No, I'm not gonna be that.
You know about the jazz.
About that or the electro pop. I'm gonna try to do something at least a little bit useful.
I don't.
Clean droids that you could set on their clean cycle.
Hey, what kind of droids?
Cleaning droids.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okie dokie.
Send out the Roombas.
Go ahead and roll me your hack there.
Let's see,
slicing.
Wait,
5D plus 2.
5D plus 2. Okay, gotcha. And then, okay, these are, these are D6s. Okay. 5. And I'm going to add 2 to it. Okay, let's see, that is 16. Nothing special on wild die. Plus 2 is 18.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, with some alarms that pretty much just go ahead and get lost in this entire fight. A couple of little doors open up, and what look like small disc-shaped droids move out of holes in the wall, and they start going on a pre-programmed cleaning path, leaving behind some slippery areas.
All right,
that's what happens above ground.
Oh no, did I do something?
You turn on the fan and I just become mush. No.
Well, no, nothing like that, rats. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's coming closer.
Oh no.
Anyway, so just as updates, our folks from the Deep Six are currently shooting and missing, shooting and missing even worse. Actually, okay, Galena.
Mm-hmm.
Your buddy, the Rhodian?
Mm-hmm.
Vez? He has started shooting up where you're shooting. And the area in the rafters where you're shooting is now just becoming lit up with glowing metal that is splashing to the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Which has attracted one of the droids.
Huh.
Well, I mean, they're cleaning droids. Your Jedi, Rosa, has struggled to his feet and is heading towards the ramp of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a group of little boys who are trying to stop him. And they are... Their blaster fire is blocked by a falling stack of crates, and he is able to make it to the base of the ramp. So he's not looking good.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Okay, so top of the order, Brass.
Yes. I'm going to not get killed by whatever is...
With the sound, with the smell of cleaning supplies. Boy, that's some bleach.
Oh, I'm not going to get bleached. I'm going to climb out.
Gonna climb out the hatch.
Yep.
Okay. You know, it does occur to me that you don't really know the crawl spaces of this hangar.
No, it doesn't. He's just kind of gone on an instinct.
Yep. So what I'm saying here is that you don't really know the emergency release for this hatch.
No.
Or you may, but you're going to have to roll for that, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me mechanical.
Okay. No, my mechanical skills won't help me.
So yeah, 2D here.
Nope. 10, 13 plus 2, 15.
15. Okay, excellent. It appears that they use a fairly standard design here, as you are able to hit the emergency handle, throw it open, and jump up through there, actually quite a bit ahead of the cleaning droid as it trundles its way along the underside. Now, the immediate problem which may occur to you is you have come up in the middle of some heavily armed mercenaries.
Oh, God.
What do? They're surprised. They didn't expect a Gungan to suddenly, pop up out of the hole. They weren't ready with a large mallet.
God. Just Electropole 1, run to cover.
Okay, go ahead and roll me melee.
Uh, 13, plus, wait, I rolled, I get another dice. 16.
16. Okay, yeah, you pop up out of there, and despite the surprise that you have and the surprise that they have, you go ahead and recover first, and you just smack one of those guys with the electropole right in the face. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Which is strength plus 1d plus 1. No, he's probably going to go for stun, because he's more like that. Does 1 on wild die count in damage?
No, it doesn't have anything that happens to it. Yeah, just continue rolling. I'll just...
Oh my god, I rolled 2 once again. Okay. So... trying to think about this math. Okay, so I rolled 5 a 1 and a 1, and that second one was on my wild die, which I re-rolled into
7 damage.
Okay.
And you said you're just trying to go ahead and use the stun effect, right?
Yep.
Okay, so, Brass.
Yep.
Bad news.
No.
You're wearing a helmet? Helmet? And when you just bring your electropole up to them to try and, just like tase them right in the temple and drop them right then and there, it just kind of goes against their helmet, and they just stare at you. The moose just grabs the electropole in an insulated glove and pulls you towards him. You can do one of two things here. Either you can let go of the electropole and dive away, or you can try and strength this out.
Brass loves his tools. He's not going to lose his tools.
Okie dokie. Roll strength.
10.
10. Okay. Very good. You are actually able to wrench the pole back from him. It helps that you have the handle end of it rather than the fighting end. And he stumbles forward, and as he tries to take a swing at you, he overbalances and misses, collapsing at your feet. We will go ahead and pick that up shortly. But before that, Galena.
Yes.
Something just dropped from the rafters. It's small and round. It's not ticking.
That's even
the
worse.
Star Wars grenades don't tick. What do?
So, let's just say that I landed on next to some crates, hypothetically speaking. Would vaulting over them to dodge sound like a better plan than just looking there agape like an idiot?
I think it's fairly standard that, yes, that would be better.
Okay.
I mean, I can think of ways that it would be worse. For example, if this was just like a stunner grenade, one that's like volatile enough to set off, powerful enough to set off really volatile stuff, but would just stun you straight up. If that isn't the case, and if the crates that you went ahead and, vaulted over were filled with volatile stuff, explosive barrel type stuff, and the stun grenade set them off and then, put you in the middle of the explosive radius, that would be a way that would be worse. Outside of that, I can't really think of very many.
So I'm gonna jump the fuck over the crates.
Roll dodge!
Alright. I have 5D for this because I was prepared. 21.
21. Okay. See how that goes. Okay. Instead of standing agape at the fact that a grenade just dropped from directly above you, you go ahead and you decide to vault your way into some cover. This is a good idea. The grenade's fuse is just a little bit shorter, though. And as you're diving over the cover, your legs are still up in the air, exposed over it, when they are hit by a series of sharp, stinging impacts. Go ahead and roll me strength.
Hardy?
Yes.
Alright. So, and what kind of damage is this?
It's physical.
Okay, so I have +2. And yes, I was in fact wearing my armor. Because it was part of my show ensemble.
Yeah, I remember.
$17.
17. Very good. Okay. So, this doesn't entirely go ahead and negate what just happened. Your armor is good, that there's some padding, but this stuff is meant to be used against people who may be wearing armor such as like what you were wearing. And your legs have just been peppered by a number of small balls thrown at very high velocity. You can feel your legs just they're just going to be bruised to shit. You know this. And it flips you over, the impact flips you over so that you're actually lying the opposite way of what you had initially probably expected. You also know that you're not bleeding. Your legs are just going to be masses of bruises after this. But that was a stinger grenade.
So non-lethal.
Yes.
Huh.
This is something that you would probably be familiar with as a military MP.
Yeah.
Well, that was just redundant.
Yeah. Yeah,
also, you have probably a little bit better fix on where the cap is.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Cathar. Anyway.
That being said, you are now currently at -1 pip.
-1 pip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, Chuck.
All right, yeah. All right, let's see.
You have caused some admirable chaos. A number of the mooks are now shooting at the little droids that are coming out. Some of them are slipping in the floor cleaning liquid that they're leaving behind as trails. What do?
I think right now I'm going to try to make the lights kind of turn off. I'm going to turn off the lights.
You're going to turn off the lights.
Or make them flash a bit.
Which one do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to do the last one I said, flash.
Okay, flashing lights. Okie dokie, this one's real simple. You've got lighting controls right here. If you want to, you can just keep them flashing by turning them off and on, off and on. You can do it in irregular rhythms. All you need to do is just put your finger on it and tap, essentially.
Okay.
Strobe lights.
Okay, is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna turn it. Yeah, just basically do that. Just kind of move it a little bit.
You are now doing that. Okay, Galena?
Okay, I'll be right back.
So I just had a grenade dropped on me.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
the
not
lights
too happy about it. Lights just went out?
Lights just went out, lights are going back on, lights are going out, lights are going on. It is very disorienting for a happen.
Start with the fucking lights.
Okay, we'll go ahead and deal with
but yeah, and then I'm going to shoot up at the slightly better located, just dropped a grenade on my forehead, Catwoman.
Nonsense, she didn't drop it on your forehead. She dropped it right in front of you.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, you're going to shoot up at her?
Mm-hmm.
Right, roll me down, blaster. And you will be taking a 1D penalty for this because of the bad lighting conditions.
Okay. 14.
14. Okay. Quite good, apparently. Okay, you fire up at where you think that they are. And it seems like you were right, because you see a blur of movement in when the lights flash on, and a fairly lithe form just goes ahead and darts aside from where you were shooting. It doesn't look like you hit him, though, and there's something flying back through the air out here. Anyway, we'll get with that soon. Vez is going ahead and shooting as well. He appears to be doing a little bit better with the lights. But, well, he's not a great shot. Enthusiastic, but not a great shot. So let's see how he does. Better. He doesn't actually hit them, but one of his shots hits the railing near them, and a gout of molten metal actually appears to hit them, and they flinch aside at that. Pong is continually being useless shooting-wise, so I don't even know why I roll for that man.
My hero!
He fixes ships. He doesn't shoot guns so much. Well, not well, anyway. And your Jedi has just made it onto the ramp, which is closing behind them.
No boy. That's not
Okay,
right.
so, Rats.
Yes.
There is a mook at your feet. One of the other of the three mooks that you came up into the middle of has just fallen over as a cleaning droid had left a trail in between him and you. The lights have gone all stroby, and there appears, you think, to be one mook still up and then the one on the ground in front of you, who's probably pretty mad at this point. What are you going to do?
I'm probably just gonna... I'm probably just gonna stun him out with my electro pole again. See if he actually takes the hit this time.
The guy on the ground? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me melee.
Wait, get another die, which I'll probably need for this one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 10.
10. Very nice. Okay, go ahead and roll me damage. He, makes the bat at the pole, but you actually slide it in under the cuff of his armor, and it is now against his forearm.
10 again. Wow. 10 is my number for today. And it's not a bad number to have in D6.
You go ahead and you trigger the charge on that, and under his insulated armor, it works. You hear an electronic cry come out of his mouth as whatever the helmet circuitry he had there is, not up to the task of putting it out a completely clear voice, and also is probably maybe getting a little bit cooked from the stun discharge from your pole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Limp.
Great.
No, it's
It's
still
also
on.
fairly certain that that was not
Yeah.
the voice of a human.
That's it.
That
Let
was
it
not
go
the
until
what?
like 10.
You can be fairly certain that that was not a human speaking.
Okay.
Or screaming in agony, really.
Yeah. Interesting. Well,
He does have a buddy who is still up and ready to fight.
I wasn't sure if I could take another action.
Well, I mean, you can try and go ahead and get after him.
I think I'm just gonna stay safe in Al.
Okay, just gonna try and... Are you gonna try and, like, throw a ball at him, or are you
Yeah.
just gonna try and smack him?
Throw a ball. Don't need to.
Okay.
Don't need to get close. Don't need to get into danger necessarily.
He's got a gun.
Well, then maybe rushing him would be better.
We've
but
got news for you. You're
I have
already
cover
in
here, so I think.
Okay.
No, I might actually just spend their action just getting into cover. Yeah.
Gonna go for cover?
Nah, fuck this guy. Electropole. Let's do this shit.
Well,
Who needs safety?
see, there's a problem with that.
The slippery.
No, nothing like that. The stun end of your pole is still stuck in Mr. Unconscious's armor. It's kind of tangled up in there.
Well, it's not going to get away from me, so let's just ball. Let's just go with the original
Oh,
plan.
no. You said you wanted to use the electropole. You're trying to use the electropole.
Okay.
So,
Strength check.
yeah, you can try and use a strength check here. You can try and muscle and throw this guy at him with your pole. It's got leverage.
Holy shit, I rolled a 6 on the wild die.
Excellent. Reroll an ad.
And then a 5.
Also excellent.
15, 16, 17.
17. Okay. People talk a lot about how dead weight is not particularly useful. Brass, you disagree with that statement. After all, if it weren't for dead weight, you wouldn't have been able to do this. Now, you're not a particularly strong Gungan. You weren't able to pick this guy up and throw him through the air and just like send him off the end of the electropole like the Atlapple. On the other hand, well, it's not really known to you, but you see, on some of these colder planets, they play a game that some northern climate people here on Earth would know as hockey. And while normally you wouldn't be able to go ahead and, skid a person who's just covered in various tactical equipment along a deck with any real force, you do have the good fortune that there's a bunch of very slippery cleaning fluid on the floor. And as you try and swing the electropole up into the close guy's face and are unable to do so, you swipe this body through it. And given that extra lack of friction, you are able to throw his buddy's unconscious body into his legs. And he goes down in a tumble. He's not unconscious, but he's not happy, and he is on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get back to you.
The shots will only hurt so much. His pride has been healed.
Fair enough. Galena,
Yes.
when last we left you, there was a grenade coming towards you.
All right, now straighten up in here, okay? Okay, go. Okay.
Fucking hate this game sometimes. I'm going to kick a crate at it using the force.
Okay. Go ahead and roll control.
Oh, 5.
Go ahead and add plus 1d to your strength as you try and kick the crate.
Since I'm at a -1, that will just bring me up to 4d. I take it this isn't stamina. There's an actual skill.
No. This is a straight, just muscle it out. This is a strength.
Um, 12.
12. Okay. Damn it. I was hoping you were going to get a 15. So, Graham? Galena goes ahead and kicks the crate into the air. And it's a pretty good kick. I mean, she's got strong legs. She's used to fighting. She doesn't normally do this with her martial arts training, so, But, the crate was a little bit heavier than she thought it was.
She didn't exactly know what was in it.
Yeah, exactly. And while it does touch the grenade, the grenade skips off the top rotating edge of it. And while the grenade is no longer aimed directly at your position, it detonates in the air over you. Roll strength. This one's energy.
Oh, energy. Okay. That one's a little bit better, actually. Because the blast armor is meant to resist blaster bolts.
You would have guessed.
6 on the action die. 8, 9, 12. Plus 15 is 27.
Very good. The blast armor definitely helps you. That being said, being right at under a stun grenade as it goes off is just no good for anyone. It's kind of a good thing that your hair got screwed up earlier, or else you would have the frizziest, poofiest mess in the galaxy. As it is, you can feel your muscles cramping and relaxing all over you. You take it this doesn't actually harm you, but you take some significant stun damage. You are now at a -1d. And you're probably pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and retaliate?
So, yeah. So I've been playing this game all wrong. See, I've been assuming that the rafters need to stay where they are.
Okay.
Okay, I think I know where we're going with this.
So, you know that particularly large mechanical object that's been wreaking havoc in here?
You mean the crane arm?
Mm-hmm.
The one that was destroyed?
Okay, no, not the crane arm. There was something, fuck it, I actually have grenades. Oh shit, no, I have a satchel charge. Right, so...
Where did you get a satchel charge?
No, I'm kidding. I'm just pissed at having grenades thrown at me.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're looking at the wrong character sheet. This isn't a cool. You don't have explosives.
I had a rocket launcher. I do. No, I do have. I do have a fragmentation grenade.
Again, why would you have a frag grenade?
I submitted it and you okayed it the first time. Though, if you wanted to change,
There's no way that you have a frag grenade. You might be able to have a stunner yourself.
That's fair. Fucking hate this at the moment. No, you know what? We are in a fucking hangar bay full of repair materials and, fueling lines.
Okay. So what is your plan?
Well, you see, we're in a hangar bay, and there's these fueling lines, and I assume that there one close to me.
There may or may not be volatile chemicals somewhere close next to you, yes.
Galena has graduated the 5th grade. She can tell some basic chemical components. I'm looking for. She's looking for something that would be.
Warning flammable?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff.
Okay. Are any of these things in instead those small propane tanks?
Yes, I know what you're thinking of, yeah.
Yeah, something like that, but with like a screw-on lid.
No, not exactly. However, that gas welding torch probably might go ahead and qualify.
Okay, then I'm gonna Michael Weston this bitch.
Okay.
I'm going to. Well, actually, if it's gas welding torch, right? So, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. Well, okay. So there's nothing with a screw-on lid. What about something that has like a soft, like, easily open to be drained lid, like one of those like pop-off top things, or things that you stick something into, like a nozzle.
Okay, I think I see what you're saying. No, not within close range to you. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There is a barrel that is full of industrial lubricant near you.
Industrial lubricant. Is it? Does it say flammable on it?
It's a small warning label, which probably means that this is not the most explosive stuff around, but still a fire hazard.
Okay, then I'm going to take one of the flares from my utility belt, stick it in the top, and then throw it up at the moving figure in the rafters using the force.
Throw a 55-gallon drum.
Oh, you didn't say. I was looking for something like smaller than that.
I'm just giving you what's around. Like I said, you've got compressed gas bottles about. You've got a large amount of industrial lubricant. There may be other stuff here, but those are the ones that pop out to you at the moment.
No, but you know what I can do? I can roll that bitch. So you know how they have a ship?
Uh-huh.
And they have people on the ground, so that ship is probably landed at the moment?
It is not landed, it is hovering.
Okay. Oh, yeah, they dropped out, didn't they? Either way, that's
not that you were there to ramp.
Just technically landed on the vacuum portion and came in through the MagCon shield.
Well,
all wearing spacesuits. One of them is currently punctured.
Ooh.
Also unconscious. Anyway, go on.
So, I'm going to roll it under the... I'm going to do the flare thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then push it in that direction. Or like, I'll try to find a smaller barrel that has something like this, and then roll it in that direction.
Towards the ship?
Under the ship.
Because that... Correct?
Yeah. What?
The enemy ship, correct?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't think we want to destroy our ship. I don't think the consequences of the universe would like it.
It's not like we're going to save our ship from being taken anyway.
You are incredibly pessimistic. Though I should note that you are on a clock on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to get to that next round. What you are doing is rather more involved, so you are able to plot, plan, duck and dive, and come to the fruits of your labors this round. Next round, they're going to go ahead and make a move against you, and then you can try and make it happen.
Yeah.
While we're there, we are going to move up to everyone's favorite Keldor, who has been told to knock it off with the lights. But it's your call as to what happens there.
Okay, I'm gonna stop I'm gonna stop the lights.
Okay.
Which way, on or off?
Let's
decide.
Chance decide.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone got like a coin or something?
You got a
dice.
Odds or evens.
Or okay, I'll just roll a d6, and if it's odds, it's on. Evens, it's off.
Okay.
Okay. And I rolled a 4. It's off.
Galena, the lights are now off. Anyway, so you have now decided to leave the lights in the off position. Were you going to get up to any other shenanigans?
I think I might turn on any sirens or something like that.
Okay. Gonna turn on all the alarms.
Yeah, turn on the alarms. Woo!
Okay, again, very easy to do. There are some big red buttons there to go ahead and make that happen.
Yeah, press all the big red buttons.
So while the main lights in the hangar are off, there are now a bunch of spinning warning klaxon lights going off, as well as just all sorts of different alarms going off. And with that, we will move back to Brass. Brass, the lights are off. This may or may not be a good thing for you.
Mm.
If you'd like to slip away in the confusion, this is probably the time to do so.
Yeah, it is, but dang, those lights are disorienting him, so he's probably going to struggle a bit, but
Okay, but yeah, what's your move?
Sounds,
or are you gonna try and knock out these mooks?
He's gonna try to sneak his way to the ship, considering that seems to be their target.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me. So you don't have stealth, but you do have perception. So go ahead and roll me perception.
All right. With search.
No. Good God, no.
Okay. So 3D plus 2.
Well, 3D. Remember, you've been hurt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, rolled a 6 on the wild die and then a 1, but that's still good. 10.
10. Okay.
Number.
In the confusion, you think that you're able to get away from these guys. Or at the very least, no one shot you in the back. So, yay, good sign. But you are moving a bit more slowly. You can see that the engines are powering up on the ship.
Oh,
pretty sure we all can see that. They're not exactly quiet from the outside.
Zelina, given your issues with low light and the confusion, you might have some issues with seeing this. But close in doesn't have.
Don't they light up from the back anyway?
There's enough chaos going on light-wise that you might not notice this.
That's fair.
Oh boy.
There's enough noise going on that you wouldn't necessarily hear the ship's engines powering up. Brass being closer and also more closely affiliated with the ship, yeah, Brass notices.
Yeah.
Well, time to break into a full-out sprint.
Okay.
No one's stealing his ship.
Okay, roll me dex, running. So this is going to be a 3D plus 1 for you at this point.
Oh, because the -2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting 6, 7, 11.
11. Okay, very good. You break out in a flat run towards the closest hatch that you know of on the ship. Unfortunately, that is the main ramp, and also, unfortunately, it's closed at the moment.
No.
The ship has not taken off, but you can feel all over your skin the crawling sensation of the repulsors warming up. It is about to take off.
Fuck. What do I have that can stop my own ship? I don't really know.
I mean, there's already something on board, but it's going to be messy.
3, 2.
Take out an engine with the allow.
Yeah, you're just going to go ahead and whack one of the balls into it?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll me damage. It's not going to be very hard to hit it, so...
Yeah. Just strength plus 1d. My strength.
Oh, are you using one of the balls, or are you using the...
I looked at the wrong one. Yeah, 3d.
Yeah.
I need to make some more. Well, that's not a lot of damage. 6.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a good thing for you, too, because you are getting backblast from this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You go ahead and you smash the ball at point-blank range into the ship's ramp, trying to go ahead and override whatever the hell they've done to it, because it didn't open as you got close to it, which it should have.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me strength.
With the penalty, so 2d plus 1. 8.
8. Okay, very good. You feel the ionization of this just wash over you. Again, it's very similar to getting hit by an electrical, which probably had happened in like spars and such. But they're stealing your damn ship. You don't care.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the ramp rather, it's not open. You did go ahead and pop open the emergency panel for the emergency blow, though, and there is a handle in there that you might be able to grab onto and try and work the emergency override as the ship rises up, but you'll need to do it now.
Yep, let's do it.
Okay, roll strength and let's see if you can hang on.
Oh my god, 11. Actually,
Excellent. Okay,
12.
you are now hanging on there. We are now moving back to Galena. Galena, the lights are off. There's a bunch of klaxons and sirens and flashing lights going off. But in front of you, you have a barrel of lubricant. You have a flare. You are ready to drop it in, and you hear a clatter on the deck near you.
Yep.
Galena,
Yeah.
what to do?
Reach through the fucking internet. So this is one of those. I'm next to a barrel that's full of flammable liquids. Is there other cover nearby?
Yes, there is. That being said, if this is a grenade that is likely to set this off, it very well might send it gouting all over the area near you.
Yeah. I know. That being said, my abilities have been luck has not been with me today. So I am going to jump into sturdier cover.
Roll dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to drop the flare in first?
So what I want to use it as is kind of a fuse, so that when I push it towards the other ship and like cause massive amounts of turbulence massive amounts of turbulence due to rapid temperature change, it actually blows up under the ship.
Okay, I see what you're thinking.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to stick the flare in and then jump up and kick off of the barrel to get two covers so that it starts rolling towards the ship.
Okay, you can try and do that. Roll me your dodge and also roll me. Well, that's going to be a strength.
I was going to use my control to try to boost that.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
All right, so my dodge. There was a 6 on the action die.
In this case, you're going to go ahead and roll your attack first. So roll me control first.
Okay. I had a 6 on the wild die. Came out with a total of 9.
9. Okay, excellent. Take an extra D for your strength here.
Sets me back to normal.
Technically, it's 1 above.
No, I have 4D strength.
Yeah, well, whatever. Go ahead.
That would be a 19.
19. Okay, yeah. The barrel falls over, or you go ahead, whip the barrel over, give it a kick, and you are now flying through the air. Now roll your dodge.
Okay. Right. I have an extra here. Thank God. This one is a 17.
Okay, excellent. And roll me strength.
God damn it.
Against physical.
God damn it. Still with the bonus?
No bonus on this.
Not from control?
Not from control here. You use that for your attack. You're not well trained enough to just keep it up.
13.
13, okay. So as you fly through the air, the grenade goes off, and again, you are pelted by small balls. One of them just caroms off your temple and makes you go ahead and fluff the landing. You land behind cover, but you are winded, and you are going to be losing your next turn from this one. However, you did get your attack off, so we'll go ahead and adjudicate that in a little bit. But before that, Time Knight.
All right, yeah.
What do?
All right, let's see here. Don't know quite yet. Okay, let me think about this.
I'll give you 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm not quite sure exactly what to do right now. Okay, dang it, what was I gonna do? I just kind of zoned out for a little bit and then just lost it.
You've got the lights off, you've got the klaxons on, you've got the cleaning droids going.
By the way, we just hit an hour and 1 minute.
I'm aware.
Just making sure.
All right, I'm... Okay, let's see. Is there a way that I can close the hangar bay doors or something like that?
You can try to. However, there is a landing craft in the way, and that thing is armored, so it may or may not be able to close the doors on it.
Yeah.
It didn't. The shuttle didn't go all the way into the.
No, just the front end.
Oh. Well,
I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist that you go ahead and give me a action.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're just gonna go ahead and do it. I mean,
okay, you can try and close the hangar bay doors. Go ahead and roll me slice.
Okay, slice. Okay.
Because at this point, when you try and close the hangar bay doors, it flashes up a warning that says, obstruction, cannot close doors.
Okay. Let's see. +2. That's a pretty good one. It's 26. Nothing special though.
Okay, yeah, no, that'll definitely work. The hangar doors start closing, but slowly. And you may notice from up in your position on the control room, but Brass is about to go for a ride, because your old ship has just gotten into the air. And we're going to go ahead and hold it for there, folks. We'll see you next time.